Hey, what's up guys? Carter here. I've got a package in here and I figured I'd do an unboxing for you guys, for me and you guys. Excuse my voice, I'm a little under the weather. Came down with a head cold a couple days ago and I've been fighting it off. I'm going to use the CQC8 to open this baby up. Oh, first off, let's see whose it's from. It's from Monkey Depot, aka Monkey Edge, and it's a pretty I'm not gonna say monumental, it's a pretty significant package. There we go. Significant, because this is actually one of those knives that people have been begging me to get for a long time, and I should have gotten a long time ago but didn't. Here it is. Chris Reeve Sebenza. Yep, this is my first Sebenza. It is the Insingo version, which I've always really liked. Cool Monkey Edge sticker here. I'll put that in my picture collection. Oh, and yes, this is from a knife. Yeah, that was a doozy. That happened the other night, and it was deep and big. So let's take a quick look. You've got the usual stuff. When was this baby born? August 9th, so not that recent. Well, I mean, fairly recent, 2012, but not super recent. Sticker, cool stuff in there. Got another sweet cloth that they come with. For those that have watched my channel for a long time, probably know that I have never had a Sebenza, but I did have a fake Sebenza. Kind of long story behind that. So yeah, this is my first Sebenza experience. It is pretty dang cool. I am liking it. You know, I'm not gonna go into too much detail on this video. You can check out that sweet blade. I really wanted to. I've almost picked this up a number of times throughout the past year or so, particularly the Insingo, just because it's somewhat different. You know, it's a little bit different than just the standard Sebenza, but yeah, definitely very cool. Definitely very cool. I will be doing a video kind of talking more about it. This is going to be going in my pocket right now. It's very nice and light. Cool blade. That is really sweet. See how sharp it is. Feels very sharp. Oh yeah, that sucker, that is way sharp. My Umnumzon actually came not that sharp. I was kind of not very impressed with how sharp my Umnumzon was. This is not the case at all. This sucker is razor sharp. First off, real quick, initial impressions. It's pretty smooth. It makes that awesome Chris Reeve noise when you close it. That little clank. I'm not sure what that is. I mean, I guess it's just hitting the stop pin back here. It must be the dual titanium handles, but it just makes that sound, you know, that you don't hear in very many knives. But yeah, pretty cool. One thing that struck me is the lock bar tension is a little bit greater than I was expecting. Takes a little bit more force to unlock it than I thought it would. And one of the things with this knife that I am just really curious about is the lockup percentage. Hollow ground, by the way. Nice thin blade. I mean, that is quite a thin blade. Comes to a fairly thin tip right there, although it does have a lot of meat to it that way. Let's compare it to the 8. So yeah, thinner stock all around. Obviously thinner tip right there. But anyways, what was I talking about? Oh yeah, the lockup, right? I am one of those people, those knife lovers that are obsessed with lockup percentages. It's kind of a little bit of a bane on the knife community right now. A lot of people, a lot of backlash from people who obsess about lockup percentages and stuff, which I get. But yeah, I'm definitely very curious on how well this is going to do. It is about out of the box, it is, what, about 75% or so. So definitely what you'd consider a late lockup. From what I understand, there is a little bit of stick there. From what I understand, Chris Reeve heat hardens the lock face, which I guess builds kind of just, I mean, you can't heat treat titanium, but I guess you can kind of build a little bit of a hardness to it, and that's all he does. There's no carbonization or anything like that. However, I've just heard nothing but people saying, you know, this is how it came out of box, and 3 years later it hasn't budged, which I find quite amazing. So I'm really curious to see how that works out. Yeah, and then I also ordered a kind of a cooler lanyard. It has the bead, kind of like what I did for my Unums on. In fact, same thing. Yeah, same thing, except it's blue, which I think will look cool with the thumb stud and the anodized spacer right there and stuff like that. So yeah, definitely definitely a cool knife. Can't wait to carry it. You know, this is one of those knives. It kind of reminds me back when I was into kind of music and stuff, when I thought I was all cool for being into music, and you know, people would tell me about these kind of mainstream bands that were good, and I didn't really pay attention to them because I wanted my own thing. You know, I was always into kind of the weirder bands, or I was really wanting to kind of discover my own kind of music or whatever. And that's kind of how I am with knives. Like, it's kind of funny for somebody who has so many knife videos and has owned so many knives and things like that to have never owned a Sebenza. You know, people tell me that all the time. Like, how can you not have a Sebenza? That's crazy. Everybody has a Sebenza. It's like one of their first higher end knives people get. And that's kind of one of the reasons why I just never did, because it's just, I don't know, there's just no mystery or excitement there, I guess, for me. Because I'm like, yeah, I'm going to get it, and it's going to be a great knife, because I know it's a great knife, because everyone talks about how great it is, you know, to the end of time. And so it just didn't have that extra, like, I don't know, part of my collecting habits is trying to find something and say, wow, you know, not a lot of people know about this thing, but this is a really cool knife. You know, it's looking for that inside track into kind of the latest and greatest and new knives and things like that. And the Sebenza is just such a staple in the knife community, you know, that there's nothing I'm going to discover about it. You know, there's nothing I'm really going to say new about it that someone's going to be like, oh, I didn't think about that. Because, you know, it's been around so long and it's been talked about so much that, you know, there's just not that extra thing. But I finally decided that I needed to get one, and I've been almost getting one for the longest time, especially one of these Insingos, just because it's, you know, a little bit different, and I like that sheep's foot blade. I think it looks really, really cool. So I finally went ahead and picked one up from Monkey Depot after I did my knife sale. I ended up selling more than I thought I would sell, and so I decided to kind of treat myself to this baby. Alright guys, I will do another video on this, keep you guys posted on what I think about it. It's going to go right in my pocket. It's going to be painful to do because this sandblasted titanium is going to get scratched up. Yeah, it's going to get scratched up, especially over here, because I carry my keys in the same pocket as my knife now, ever since I got a smartphone. I don't think I've mentioned that in any other videos. I finally got myself a smartphone. It's a GS3, Galaxy S3, and prior to that I'd never had an actual smartphone. So got that, you know, obviously that's a $600 phone, so that kind of is in a dedicated pocket. So that means I have to carry my keys with my knife now. So, you know, and I don't mind scratches. It's a bummer when it's like the first time you carry a knife you get scratches. You got to kind of ease into it a little bit, especially when it's so pretty like this. You know, obviously CQC8, completely different story. You know, this isn't as refined. Makes it a lot easier to carry because you don't care about that kind of stuff. But alright guys, I've rambled way too long. It's supposed to be short. I think I said it was a short video at the beginning. I've got a bad habit of doing that. I'm just, from now on, I'm not going to mention anything about the length of the video, because it's always wrong. I always say quick video, and it's never a quick video. Alright guys, I will talk at you later.